racing day, so loud out here I can't hear a thing. Man, the fans are going wild. And these drivers came to rock, and no place else but Fox knows how to do it NASCAR style.
Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
Hey now, here we go, race day. Don't you be going slow. Keep that pedal down on the floor. Push it till the crowd can't take no more. Then hey, since the flag came down, be here to the last lap around. Worked all week, it's time to play. Gonna get a little bit sideways. Hey, since the flag came down, be here to the last lap around. Worked all week, it's time to play. Gonna get a little bit sideways.
Only one race remains to decide a champion. Hello everyone, welcome to Williamson County Speedway, the site of the final round of the inaugural Goodyear Cup Series season. Kurt Busch is on the pole, it's his second pole of the year, but the big story this weekend is your Championship 4. 4 drivers remain mathematically eligible for a championship, and while their gorgeous Generation 6 cars that will be used in Season 2 sit on display in the infield, let's go over your championship clinching scenarios. Kyle Busch is your points leader at 491. If he finishes 6th or better in today's race, he's your champion. Should Jeff Gordon win, Kyle will need to finish 3rd. If Jeff leads most laps, Kyle will need to finish 2nd. Jeff Gordon 7 points back. He'll need to finish 9 positions ahead of Kyle Busch to guarantee himself a champion today. Jimmy Johnson sits 12 points back. He'll need to finish 14 positions ahead of Kyle Busch and 7 ahead of Jeff Gordon. Finally, Denny Hamlin, a long shot at 22 points back, but still mathematically eligible. He is not in control of his own destiny today, but a win and leading the most laps will certainly help. Pre-race ceremonies are wrapping up, so we'll go trackside for the command to fire engines.
Nicolas Cage.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
And as they roll off the grid, we'll look at today's starting lineup. Kurt Busch set the fastest time in qualifying. It's his second pole of the year. Outside of him is Brian Vickers. In row 2, starting on the inside, it's Martin Truex Jr., and in 4th, Jeff Burton. Robbie Gordon starts 5th, and starting in 6th is Dale Earnhardt Jr. Row 4, it's David Rudiman and Greg Biffle. In row 5, Ryan Newman and Jimmy Johnson. Starting 11th is Casey Kane, to his outside, Tony Stewart. In 13th, it's Joey Logano, and starting outside of row 7 is Matt Kenseth. In 15th, your championship points leader, Kyle Busch, and in 16th, Kevin Harvick. Brad Keselowski starts 17th, to his outside, it's Marcus Ambrose. Starting 19th, inside of row 10, it's Juan Pablo Montoya, and in 20th, rookie Sean Gossett, who got his first career win at Rockingham last week. Inside of row 11, it's Carl Edwards, to his outside in 22nd, Denny Hamlin. In 23rd, Jamie McMurray, and to his outside, Bobby Labonte. In row 13 on the inside, it's Elliott Sadler and David Reagan in 26th. In 27th, it's Clint Boyer. In 28th, Jeff Gordon. And finally, in 29th is Mark Martin.
Reach up there and pull those belts tight one more time! Boogity, boogity, boogity! Let's go racing, boys!
Kurt Busch leads lap 1, Brian Vickers in 2nd, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. has moved up into 3rd. Jr. taking the high line, he makes the crossover move on Vickers. Dale Earnhardt Jr. moves into 2nd, and he is already closed on your leader. Here he goes, making a move for the lead down the backstretch, and there's trouble already. Joey Logano goes around through the infield, and he collects Denny Hamlin, one of your championship leaders. Incredibly unfortunate. It looks like the day of one of your championship contenders is done. Denny Hamlin takes a hard hit. It's good to see the window nets are down on both of those cars. Let's take a look at a replay of what happened here. Let's take a look at the yellow car of Kevin Harvick in the top right of your screen here. It looks like he gets into the back of Joey Logano and sends him spinning through the infield, and there is just nowhere for Denny Hamlin to go. And Brad Keselowski makes a great save there. The two cars coming down the banking right in front of him. Great job by him to avoid more trouble. That is just a hard impact for the two of them. The good news is both drivers have been checked and released from the infield care center. The bad news is that Denny Hamlin's championship hopes have now gone up in smoke. And as the safety crews clean up the mess, pit stops are just now getting underway. Jimmy Johnson pits from 7th. He's happy with the car, doesn't want any adjustments, just 4 tires and a full tank of Sunoco racing fuel. Kyle Busch is still your points leader as they run. He pits from 13th position. The car was a little tight to start the run, so his crew is going to make a few adjustments and hope they can keep up with the track. Jeff Gordon pits in 19th. He's been on a charge since the drop of the green flag, but he still has a long way to go if he wants to pick up this championship. And it looks like Dale Earnhardt Jr. will win the race off of pit road. While they get lined up, we'll take a look at your current points as they run. Kyle Busch is still your championship leader. He's currently in 13th. Jimmy Johnson has moved into 2nd, only 6 points back. He will restart in 7th. Jeff Gordon is in 19th. He is 13 points back. And Denny Hamlin is currently listed as 28th in the garage. Pace car dives onto pit road. We're ready to go back to racing. Green flag back out on lap 6. Dale Earnhardt Jr. chose the high line for the restart. Looks like that was the right decision. He'll take over the lead. As Martin Truex Jr. makes a move, trying to take over 3rd. He's got it. And your two championship leaders are side by side. This is the battle for 14th. Jeff Gordon goes underneath Casey Kane, takes away 13th. Kyle Busch follows behind him. He's still your championship points leader as they run. Back up front, Martin Truex Jr. has caught Dale Earnhardt Jr. He is battling for the lead. Right on Junior's bumper as they go into turn 3. Here he goes, he makes a move to the outside. Into turn 1, Martin Truex Jr. has his preferred line. New leader, car number 56. Jamie McMurray has been on a tear since this restart. He's just moved into 5th. Let's go on board with your new 5th place driver. McMurray now up to 3rd as you've got your top 3 drivers all together. Dale Earnhardt Jr. gets very loose. Big save, Dale Earnhardt Jr. Jamie McMurray is going to take the opportunity. New 2nd place driver, and he is right there. Here he goes on the outside, making a move. Just 1 lap to go. Jamie McMurray led that lap, and Jeff Gordon has moved into 4th. He's side by side for 3rd. McMurray blocks for the win, side by side. McMurray takes the win, and Jeff Gordon finishes 3rd. Kyle Busch in 11th, and it's Jeff Gordon by 1 point, your champion.
God, I love this great team. You guys are so awesome. That is unbelievable. Yes, it's you guys. You did this. Yeah, buddy. Greatest felt time ever. You are the best.
And as Jamie McMurray celebrates his victory, Kyle Busch is pulled alongside Jeff Gordon to congratulate him. Such a tremendous level of sportsmanship and respect between these two legendary drivers. So Jamie McMurray pulls into victory lane, and Jeff Gordon is going to begin his celebration, your inaugural Goodyear Cup Series champion. So Jamie McMurray edges out Martin Truex Jr. for the win. Jeff Gordon finishes 3rd, and that's good enough to lock up the championship. Dale Earnhardt Jr. led the most laps and finished 4th, and Kurt Busch rounds out your top 5. Then it's Brian Vickers, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Burton, David Rudiman, and Greg Biffle. Kyle Busch finishes in 11th and will finish 2nd in this year's championship. Ryan Newman finished 12th. Then it's Robbie Gordon, Rookie of the Year Sean Gossett, Tony Stewart, Casey Kane, Marcus Ambrose, Matt Kenseth, Bobby Labonte, and Juan Pablo Montoya. Finally, it's Elliott Sadler, Mark Martin, Brad Keselowski, Kevin Harvick, Carl Edwards, David Reagan, and Clint Boyer in 27th. And Denny Hamlin and Joey Logano did manage to get their cars back on track. and we're running at the finish, but we're 10 laps down. And your final point standings, it's Jeff Gordon, your champion, by 1 point over Kyle Busch. Then it's Jimmy Johnson and Denny Hamlin. Sean Gossett finishes 5th in the point standings. He earns Rookie of the Year. He was the only rookie in the field, but 5th is impressive nonetheless. Then Kurt Busch and Martin Truex Jr. actually tied for 6th. Then it's Kevin Harvick in 8th, Matt Kenseth in 9th, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. in 10th. Then Mark Martin is in 11th. Then it's Brad Keselowski, Casey Kane, Carl Edwards, Tony Stewart, Jamie McMurray, Greg Biffle, Bobby Labonte, Joey Logano, and Elliott Sadler. And then David Rudiman, Ryan Newman, David Reagan, Marcus Ambrose, Juan Pablo Montoya, Brian Vickers, Jeff Burton, Robbie Gordon, and Clint Boyer. Well, if you've stuck with me through my excessive Jeff Gordon fanboying, thank you. I have a confession to make, you guys, and it is that the Goodyear Cup Series is rigged. I'm incredibly biased. I am a Jeff Gordon fan. But I wanted to take a moment to explain myself. Yes, Jeff Gordon is the Season 1 champion because I'm a Jeff Gordon fan. I'm completely biased on that. But the reason I did that is Jeff is going to stick around for Season 2. He and Tony Stewart are going to share farewell tours. But if you've been watching any of my companion videos that aren't stop motion, there are some hints, sometimes not even hints. In my Daytona video where I went to the 2015 Daytona 500, I flat out admitted that I was a Gordon fan. So if you had been watching any of those, you already knew that I was biased towards Jeff Gordon. So, if he doesn't win the championship in Season 1, it's a foregone conclusion. You guys know that I'm going to be biased and he's going to win Season 2. So admitting this, that I'm a Gordon fan and having him win Season 1 is very freeing. Now, y'all don't know who's going to win Season 2. It's going to be more of a surprise. So there's that. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me through a 4-year Season 1. Hopefully Season 2 won't be 4 years. I've got some exciting things planned for it. One of which I'm pretty excited about is I'm going to try and do what I'm going to call semi-stop motion videos. They're not going to be completely stop motion, but it's going to be from some NASCAR board games. That way I can get some races out there, hopefully a little quicker than stop motions. So what we're going to do is to kick off the preseason of Season 2 is we're going to have a full Daytona Speed Weeks with the Budweiser Shootout or the whatever it's called, the Sprint Showdown. It won't be the Sprint Showdown next year, whatever it's called. It's always been the Budweiser Shootout to me. I grew up in the 90s, can you tell? So it's the Budweiser Shootout and the Gatorade Duels, or the Twin 125s, so whatever you call them. And they are going to be on Daytona Challenge, a board game that I picked up on eBay for like $20. It's pretty sweet. But here is the board. It is 6x4. It is about the same size as my own stop motion Daytona track, which, by the way, for the Daytona 500, we are doing stop motion. So that will be your traditional race on the actual regular track. But we're going to run Speed Weeks on this track. It's going to be, like I said, it's a semi-stop motion. So it'll basically be, I'll play a game turn and take a frame. Play a game turn, take a frame. And it'll be full Goodyear Cup Series production value. I'll have the commentating, the sound effects, all that stuff. But hopefully that way I can get a race out a little quicker. We'll probably do a road course in the season in the same vein. I'll have to get a different board game for that. But I just wanted to take a minute to explain myself. Thanks for sticking around. Sorry, Kyle Busch fans, at least you're the real defending champion, so you got that going for you. That's nice. Thank you guys so much again. I'm really looking forward to seeing y'all in Season 2, and as a special treat, I'm going to end this video with the new intro that I edited myself and lovingly ripped off footage from NBC and Fox intros for. So hope you enjoy it. Hope you enjoyed Season 1. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you in Daytona.